Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. That's going to be it for today. I'm getting rained out. I got the shocks on. I didn't torque them down. I got all those bolts and the brackets. I got the springs in. The springs tightened down. So tomorrow, got to run to the junkyard and get everything I need to get these parking brakes in. I have new shoes and I have new cables, but I don't have the springs handy or that bracket that pulls the parking brake handy. Gotta have that. So that's what I'm gonna be doing in the morning at the salvage yard again, and we'll pick this up tomorrow afternoon. Whoop whoop. Kicking off the tinker day. You see that coolant reservoir top? That thing is leaking, cracked. I got one here that's not, so I'm gonna replace it. The engine is running because I just serviced my AC, so I gotta take this thing off real slow. If the head gasket's good, I'll be able to get it off. If the head gasket is bad, I won't. Here it is, folks. The level stayed low. Now these things got these little cracks in them. You got to get rid of those. I'm waiting for some help to lift this hood off. A lot of times if you do this yourself, you're going to scratch your fender, crack your windshield, stuff like that. So as soon as my help arrives, I'm going to take this hood off and go pick up a hood for somebody. AC seems to still be a little low, but it's running good enough to cool the car. This is the latch I got the other day, I think from that platinum car. I'm going to replace this latch in my car so that I can have this plugged into the security system. So let me scrape this rust off of here, spray it with some WD-40 or something, and get this installed. In this video, I'm going to be replacing the latch on this Volvo 850 hood latch. It does not have the wiring necessary to link into the security system, so I have a used one here that does. So I'm going to swap this over. First thing I'm going to do is take out those two 10mm screws. They screw in there and there, and then I'm going to unhook the cabling. So let me get a 10mm and undo those. Once I got the latch pushed away from the bracket, I just pushed this cable off. It was in the center holder, and then I pushed the last cable off, and now I'm gonna thread it down through here, and there it is. Now I can go ahead and thread these back in. I got that cable back in there and the other cable on the other side. Now I'm gonna bolt it back up in here. It's got the guides, those little posts or guides into the bracket. Bolt it in and try to align the screws where the old screws were so that the alignment of the hood is correct. So let me put those two screws back in there. Now that I have those two screws in and tight, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the electrical connector. Crap, I put the wrong one back on. Got those two screws tightened. I got the wire harness plugged in. Now I'm going to throw the latch closed on both sides and pull the cable inside and make sure they both open. That one latched fine. That one latched fine. Let's go pull the release, make sure they both open. how that one looks closed. That's how that one looks closed. Then after that, we'll close the hood and make sure it opens. Both latches should open. Looks like they opened. That one opened as well because you can see this point up here in the latch. Let me close the hood, make sure the hood's open, and if it does, I'm good to go. Both sides seem to latch fine. I can't get either one to come up. Now let's hit the release, see if it opens with the release again. Yep, we're good to go. It works. Did a good job. Thanks for watching. On my way to get a part, actually a hood from the junkyard, so I'm going over there with no hood. Had somebody help me get this hood. Now I got to go back out there and get the doors and some brake parts. I got the headlights out of it. I got the hood off of it. Let me get my tool before I leave that again. I got the door out of it. And I got the parking brake parts out of it. So I am ready to go. Me and my buddy Jerry's going to find some place to maybe have a sandwich or something. Well, folks, back at this V70R front wheel drive conversion. This should be the final day of working on this car. I'm getting ready to hook up the fuel lines. Then I'm going to torque the rear end in. And then I'm going to install the parking brake system and straighten out these dust shields. So let me go ahead and run these fuel and vacuum lines up to the front, hook that stuff up, and then tighten up this rear end. Put some heat on that bleeder screw. It was stuck, didn't want to come out, so I hit it with Bertha there. One of these calipers look bad, but we're gonna have to run it till we get a replacement. So if you don't heat this up, you could break these screws off. Still seems a little stiff. Heat it up a little bit more. Got-y. So we're gonna put some brake fluid in there and bleed these brakes in the back, then bleed the front ones. There's an inner rubber seal that was kind of hard to put on, so I got that on. I held it, got the next on. Got it working around a very small lip. Then I got this one around here with the neck pulled up in there and that clip pulled in there. I got the new parking brake cables installed, the screw there, the grommet down through the floor. I got the fuel line hooked up. I got the vacuum lines hooked up. I got the parking brake stuff installed. I got the calipers installed and bled. I bled all four corners. I'm going to get a bracket for this. I got one somewhere. I got to replace that rusty bracket. We fired the car up. It fired up fine. Now I'm going to torque these. I'm going to torque these 17s to 65 foot-pounds. I'm going to torque this big one to 95 foot-pounds. I'm going to torque these bolts in here to 35 foot-pounds. And I got to tighten up these caliper bolts to the proper torque. And these calipers are bad, so we're going to get new calipers to replace those and new pads. But the parking brake seems to be working good. Getting ready to get the exhaust welded and get a wheel for this thing. I'm going to put this wheel skirt back in right now. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.